Oh my god, throwback. We're in the piano room. Oh my god, that like never happens anymore. I know. So anyway, why am I in here? Because for 3 days solid I have sat down to try to record this, and every time I get distracted by 20 million things. So I came in here with no computer, no phone, no anything, except for my tripod, the iPod, and my microphone clipped to a paintbrush because it's not like a microphone, it's a lavalier, and I don't feel like having it clipped to me today, so we're just going with it. Anyway, man, the state of being like a female content creator in 2026 is so weird, and some of these issues are specifically me problems. Some of them are just, yeah, you're a female on the internet, deal with it, and some of them aren't inherently a female problem, but it just seems like we get dealt it a lot more, but oh my god, like, it is both in some ways the same in a lot of ways, but in other ways just I don't know what the hell happened to all y'all in like the past 6 or 7 years. Oh wait, yeah, I do. We all know what happened in 2020, but like, oh my god, you all like lost the ability to just fucking exist. Like, oh my god. So it used to be like I have been on this platform for 20 damn years at this point. I know. I'm old. You don't have to remind me. Although, most of the dudes who are a problem on this platform are the same ones who will tell you that you are old and dried up if you are older than 25 as a woman. So, there's that. But, which, do I say good? Leave us the fuck alone then. But it's like you either fall into one or two categories with these chuckle fucks. You're either something that they, like, turn into an object that they only want for one purpose, even when you make it very fucking clear that you have no interest in that whatsoever with them or anyone else. Or you're invisible to them because you're either old, overweight, ugly, whatever it is. You've all heard of pretty privilege, right? I think for a lot of years on this platform, I had ugly privilege in that I was invisible to these fuckers and they just left me alone, and it wasn't a damn problem for the most part. I would get, like, the one-off weirdo here and there. Like, I've mentioned it so many times, the, like, weird fuck, like, in the early days of YouTube that would, like, comment under every damn video of mine, I want to see you dance in nothing but a leotard, bring on the leotards, and every fucking upload is, like, before they rolled out the block feature, before they let us delete comments, I had to just, like, sit there and deal with having to see this every damn time I uploaded, and it made me not want to upload, but I did it anyway, stubbornly, and eventually they gave us a block button. Thank God for that. So, but it's just like, most surefire way to get a last ticket to Blocksville is to treat me like an object, because I have no interest in that whatsoever. Never did, never will. So, just like, stop it. Stop it. I am not here trying to be a fucking object. I live in California, sometimes it gets hot out, so sometimes I wear spaghetti straps. Sue me. Like, most of the time, I'm about as modest as you can freaking get, like, up to the neckline on things. I generally don't wear anything that would be warranting this. And the very few and far between times that I do, oh my god, like, every creeper under the fucking sun comes out of the woodwork and makes all these unwarranted comments that I did not ask for, I did not sign off on, and they're acting like, see, that's proof that it's okay to make those comments about you anytime because you dressed like that. You know, that one day where it was over 100 in California, and sue me for having a medical condition that makes me not tolerate heat well. Yeah, okay, go off. I'll be making use of the block button, as I always have. But it pisses me the fuck off, because no matter what you do, you can't win. You can't win. Because if you're modest, then you get the people after you for, you should dress like this, oh my god, you should at least try to put some type of effort into the way that you look, The minute you do, now it turns into slut-shaming. Never mind that I don't even let anyone fucking touch me, but okay, sure, slut-shame me. Slut-shame the asexual. Okay, sure, that makes sense, right? Like, alright. Make it make fucking sense. Oh my god, it's so infuriating on so many different levels. They tattle on themselves, though, because it's like, the minute they get shot down is the minute now you have a target on your back, and they will just try to make, like, your every waking moment on this platform a living hell. And it's clear that these dudes cannot take fucking rejection at all. And I'm like, my guy, there is 8 billion people on this planet. Pick another one. I am sure there is one somewhere who will put up with you, but I am not that person. I'm never gonna be that person. Like, just go the fuck away. But just like, oh my god, like, and they keep trying and trying because they want any kind of a reaction, any type of an acknowledgement. It's just like, no, go away. I don't like you. I'm never going to like you. Go away. And then it got worse a few years ago when they started doing the whole deepfakes shit. I took legal action against one of them, by the way, on the down low. I never talked about it on this channel because I didn't want to add gasoline to the fire. I had to sue somebody. I won, by the way. Just throwing that out there. So, you know, fuck around, find out. It's just like, you forget. I come from money, so my dad has lawyers on retainer all the fucking time. So all I have to do is say the word to him. He takes care of the rest. So anyway, it's like, wasn't the first time, probably won't be the last. It is what it is. Anywho, that's just like, what, like, very tip of the iceberg of just the weirdness on this platform. But it's one of those things where I've been here for so long that just, you go back through my videos to the very beginning of the ones that are still on here. Because, I mean, I did delete the first 2 years of the cringy acting videos, but of the oldest ones that are on here, you can see I didn't wear makeup. I really didn't dress to impress anybody. I dressed for comfort, which is what I still do. But, like, I do wear some makeup now, but I got very insecure about how I look. What can I say? But regardless, just as a science experiment a few years ago, for one calendar year, I made a point of wearing makeup every day, full face, of making my hair as nice as I could, of dressing presentably, just to see how differently somebody who is skated by on ugly privilege might get treated. And when I tell you that I was not prepared for the way that shook out, suddenly, like, literally by month 2, people were begging me onto their live streams. I had never in my life been on a live stream except on my own channel before. Ever. Suddenly, I was getting these left and right. I didn't really understand, but at the same time, I'm so used to being the outcast that I was like, okay, cool, I'll go on there. And I was not prepared for the whole other climate that is the live streaming community, as it were. I don't know what else to call it, but it's very different doing pre-filmed videos than live streams where people can, like, react in real time and they get real-time reactions out of you. See, I don't like giving people that kind of power. I'm a control freak, baby, and I am not afraid to admit it. And I'm like, no, see, this is not for me. This is so not for me. Oh, God. So, anyway, one calendar year of that is all it took to push me to the point of literal psychosis. I am not joking. I am not exaggerating. It took till from, I think February was like when I first got asked onto them. Shit hit the fan in December. So clearly it's a good thing that I was not blessed with pretty privilege in reality. I can just fake it kind of sort of a little bit to be marginally okay to look at when I want to. But oh my god, the difference in how I was treated, I was not prepared for it. Emotionally, mentally, any other way. And it broke me. I was like, you know what? I'm going back to the way I've always lived my life. I'm fine being ugly, actually. You know what? Just stay the fuck away from me, all y'all. Year 2, I was still kind of skating on that. It wasn't as consistent, but the mental part was so fucked up, though, by that point, that it was like, I had gotten kind of addicted to the attention. Never mind that I've had my own fucking channel for 20 years. I have plenty of attention right here. I did not need it. But was still coasting off of these and just... We all saw the way that spiraled. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. I hope to never repeat that ever again in my entire life. Because holy shit, I don't know what that was. I don't know who that person that came out of me during 2024 was, but I apologize so deeply. But I can't handle the whole being an object thing. And when it's in that high of numbers of people doing it across the board, sorry, that was a trauma trigger to me that made me spin out in the worst way. I'll be honest. It's just like, that landed me in a 3-week psych ward stay. So, it is what it is. I'm fine with my ugly privilege. Please and thank you. No, this is not fishing for compliments. Actually, do not leave them. Do not leave them. I am fine looking like a potato. So, I'm happier this way. So, anyway. But yeah, it was so fucking weird. I'm like, wow, what the fuck? Okay, if that happened to me that fast over the span of like a couple of years, just of like making that one shift, the only thing I shifted was the way I presented myself and forced myself to like be social when I didn't want to be social. It broke me. If that happened that fast to me, I think I've just cracked the code of why so many of, like, today's women are so fucked up in the head. Like, I think I cracked the code! Like, we were not built for this! We weren't built for this! We were not meant to have, like, that big of just, like, a spotlight shot on us in particular, and then having just, like, these thirsty-ass guys just, I mean, maybe it's different if you're into that. Maybe it's different. But as somebody who is not, but as somebody who is actually genuinely freaked out by that, and, like, wants to off herself whenever it happens, like, no. Like, no thanks, I'm good. But, I genuinely can't handle that shit. So, I dialed that back, and I've kind of, like, gotten back in touch with who I was before 2023. It's not perfect, but we're getting there. A piece at a time, we're rebuilding her back up. I'm rising like a phoenix from the ashes. But, like, oh my god, the difference in the way I feel day to day. The difference in just how I carry myself, and just suddenly I don't really give a singular fuck about what anybody thinks of me, what I like, what I'm doing. Just night and day difference. Night and day difference. So, with that in mind, it's like, these dudes come in here, and I've also complained about this before too, but like, not all guys. There's plenty of you guys, not a problem. Welcome. I welcome you here, the ones who are not problematic to me. This isn't about you. There's a pretty good, quick barometer check. If you're worried this is about you, are you able to comment on my channel? And they actually show up? I mean, yes, I have comment moderation on, so I have to, like, approve them, but, like, do they ever at any point go up? If the answer is yes, this is not about you, because the ones it's about are blocked. If you are able to contact me on any other medium apart from here, this isn't about you. That said, if you've been blocked and you've tried to bypass that block over and over again, and I keep blocking you, this is 100% about you. Stop it. Thanks. Anyway, so these chuckle fucks come in here though, right? And they get all butthurt about what I put on my channel in my corner of the internet. I'm sorry, you came here, not the other way around. If you don't like it here, there is millions, probably billions of other channels out there that you can pick from. Go elsewhere. This one's not for you, boo-boo. Go, be free. You don't have to stay here. But, like, the one in particular, the fucking Elvis Cup guy, like, oh shit, I actually didn't mean to say the name. Oh well, oopsies. Exposed was the one that was just like, where is the content for the men? Where's the stuff the men want to see? And he kept capitalizing men. That was an instant block. I've never gotten over it, by the way. Clearly, 4 years later, that still lives rent-free in my head, as do most of the comments, because I have a photographic memory. It's terrible here. So, anyway, Oh my god, I could give a fuck less what the men want in case you could not tell! Like, if men come here and there's something that resonates with them that they want to hang around for, that's great! Stick around, welcome! I am all for that. I am not saying no men can be here. However, the demandiness that I change what I create on my fucking channel to suit you, who I don't even know, get the fuck out of here! Like, what the fuck is that? Like, go die in a fire. Like, no, we're not playing that game. Like, maybe not die in a fire. I'm not wishing death on people, but like, I am just frustrated to hell because this happens more often than it should. Maybe not in those exact words every time. That was just one example. But just, even the ones who aren't outright about the diss, even the ones who think they're complimenting me when they talk about me, there's always the flip side of the coin that you could just leave out and give the compliment, but they don't. It's always, I like when she does this content, and this content. I don't watch those. It's like, nobody needed that qualifier, my dude. Just either make the compliment and let it be a compliment and stand on its own, or don't. But like, you don't have to neg. You're just as bad as the other guys when you do the negging shit. Like, and I'm not saying this to criticize, because unfortunately some of my very favorite subscribers here have also been guilty of this, so I mean, you're still welcome here, but this is just a, hey, by the way, you do this kind of thing, so maybe, like, course correct, do better, because I'm sure if you're doing it to me, you're doing it about other people too, and it's not appreciated when you neg women. Like, that's not gonna get you anywhere, I'm sorry. But, yeah, it just, why can't the compliment just be the compliment? Nobody was questioning if you watched the other content that you don't watch. You brought that up because of some insecurity in yourself about it just being there. Like, is just my creating content that is for the girls that threatening to your masculinity? That is a serious question. Because, like, it shouldn't be a big deal. If this were on a guy's channel and you were skipping over some of his content, you wouldn't bring it up. You would just bring up the good part that you do like. But because it's a woman, you're worried what people will think because you admitted to watching the channel that also happens to have this stuff on it, even though nobody was talking about that part of the channel. Mic drop. I shouldn't do that. That could have easily broken the damn mic, but oh my god, like I said, unfortunately some of my favorite people on here are guilty of doing this too, and it pains me every time they do it. I'm like, was that necessary? Like, do you secretly resent me and just hate me? Because, like, that was unnecessary. Anyway, it's little shit like that, like, on its own, it's not the end of the world, of course. On its own, on its face, that is like a little microaggression. On its face, it is just a tiny thing. Cumulatively, when you hear it over and over and over from, like, every dude that ever tries to compliment you anywhere publicly, but then there's always that qualifier every time, it gets to you after a while. You know? Like, let's be so for real. So it's like, well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't love it when that happens. So it's just like, whatever. Like, it's fine, I guess, but it's shitty that that's the world we live in, to where apparently the guys feel that some kind of way just by seeing content that was designed with the ladies in mind and wasn't for them. Like, again, let's be so for real. I take the magazine editorial approach to my channel. I am not niched down to any one thing. I cover whatever the fuck interests me on any given day. You know what that's like? Flipping through a magazine where there is different sections and different articles about different topics in the same magazine. Okay? Now, most of us have read magazines before, and most of us know you don't necessarily read every last word in that magazine. There's always going to be the articles that don't interest you and you skip past, right? Why is it any different when it's a YouTube channel? Just skip the shit you don't want to watch. Tune in for the stuff you do. Call it a day. It's not that hard. Like, oh my god, just because these fucking YouTube guru people, like, push the whole niche down shit so hard for so long to where everybody is, like, so weird now about somebody who actually has multiple passions that they put in one place and refuse to make multiple channels for. Oh yeah, fucking sue us. Like, good lord, but just, oh my gosh. And then of course, you get the parasocial relationship people. Now, I'm going to tread carefully with this one, because I actually have made a lot of genuine friends through YouTube. So, do not take this as a diss or think this is about you, because again, if this were about you, you're already blocked. So if you're not blocked, this is not about you. Okay? So just take a breath. Let me hold your hands while I point this out, though. I have had incidences of people who just, because they watched my stuff obsessively, they feel like they know me because of that. And because of that, they act in some kind of way like we're besties and like they are entitled to my time, and they get passive-aggressive when they don't get it. And they will follow me from channel to channel to channel to channel and keep fucking trying this shit even though I keep ignoring them. It's like, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to. I know damn well there's one in particular who's going to piss and whine and bitch in, like, every chat that he's in for, like, probably the next week after this. Because, oh my god. It's like, this isn't just about you. There is more than just you. I know you seem to think the world revolves around you. It doesn't. But, like, I've got at least a solid handful of these who have gotten really creepy. They are all blocked. So some of them think they're real sneaky and have tried to bypass those blocks and think I don't know. And as soon as I can definitively prove for sure that it's them, they will be blocked too. But I am like 99% positive I know exactly who you are on here to bypass that block. But anyway, Robert. But anyway, so yes, I know about it. Anyway, I'm just saying, it's one of those things where just, no, you don't. That said, you can make genuine friendships through YouTube. It can be done. 100% can be done. And has happened. Many times over. I've made lots of really good friends through here, actually. Of both genders, even. Who've not been a problem. So, just, the ones, though, that, like, cannot take the hint even after being told no, over and over and over, it's like, yeah, nah, buddy, no. Stop that. This had been just a guy issue until last year. It finally happened with a woman, too. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, God, this one was actually scarier to me than the guy ones, believe it or not, because it got way more violent in the nature of the texts that I received. I was like, okay, we're cutting this off at the knees right here. We're not doing this. Like, there had been a point in time with that one where I had considered them a friend, but, like, it flipped a switch, and they started getting weirdly passive-aggressive about, like, my every move of everything I did do on YouTube, everything I didn't do on YouTube, anything they felt that I was withholding and keeping a secret from YouTube. Oh my god! Like, dude, I am not owed to tell you every detail of my life. Like, you know that, right? Like, what I choose to share, I choose to share. But for everything that I do share, there's just as many things that never make it to YouTube that you guys never even hear about, okay? And I need you to be okay with that. Because if not, you're in the wrong place. And I'm sure there's other channels that are fine with that. I am not. I will share what I am comfortable sharing, and that will be that. I am not going to be pressured into shit that I am not okay with it. God forbid you get sick. Yeah, that's actually what kicked this all off, because yeah, I've been dealing with some major health shit from last year. Still am, still going through shit. And it was like, it's this fine line, because if you talk openly about it, you get the one crowd who think you're just milking it for attention, or they think you're lying unless you provide them all the receipts of all your medical records online, even though that is very much a safety privacy concern, or just like any number of things in that category. Or You get the people on the other side of the line who are pissed that you withheld this information from them and kept it a secret when it's that massive of a thing, and they get butthurt about it. You can't win! Like, and I feel like this doesn't happen to the dudes. This only happens to the women, and I don't know why this fucking shit is, but I don't have the energy or the patience to deal with it. Just like I don't have the patience to deal with the ones who are, like, demanding that I make content just for the men. Like, no. I will not make content just for the men. Sorry. Go to a men's channel if that's what you want, but it's those fucking, like, manosphere channels that broke all your brains that made you this way, so I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not catering to it. It's like, I will post what I post. If you like it, fantastic. If you don't, leave. I don't know what to tell you. Those are kind of your options, dude. Like, I'm not changing what I'm doing for you, a person I don't even know. Like, it's not happening. But, like, that is the other most surefire way to get blocked on this channel. By the way, if you get demandy that I make a certain video or a certain type of video, you're getting blocked. Because I am not dealing with this. 20 years is a long time to be doing this in the first place. Your patience for things goes down the shitter after a certain point. I'll be honest. It just does. It just does. Like, I mean, certain types of it, I mean, I don't think I want to, like, kick off the channel entirely, but I've definitely moved them behind a paywall because I don't want to be constantly harassed into making it. It's like, you want to see it that bad? Pay up. Otherwise, we're not making it. So, that is where that sits. But then there's other stuff where it's like, I didn't ask you for your input here, my guy, so why are you giving it? Like, I did not ask you to demand that I do this over and over and over and over again. Now, that said, careful. That is not to be confused with when people just give me genuine recommendations of things they think I would enjoy to check out. That's fine. That is welcomed. I have actually found stuff that I have fallen in love with that way. I welcome that, but it's all about how you approach it. If you get demandy about it, if you keep pushing one thing over and over and over and over and over again despite it not happening, stop. No. Don't do it that way. Leave it as a suggestion. You only need mention it once. Okay, I write them down. Trust me, I have a list of the ones that I'm taking into advisement. It may take me years to get around to doing it, but I have it written down. You do not need to keep putting it over and over and over again, alright? If you keep putting it over and over and over again, you will get blocked. If you get shitty and passive-aggressive or just aggressive-aggressive about it, you will also get blocked. Shocker. If you sit here and shame me for the stuff that I am uploading, you're also probably getting blocked. At this point, it's like, how many people are gonna be left after I'm done just blocking all the fuckers? But it's like, on the other hand, the ones that are still standing are my ride or dies, my true blues. That's just like, yes, you're the ones I want here. Because you're not assholes to me. You get me. And a lot of you have been here for a lot of years. Some of you have been here from basically day one. Like, one of my most loyal ones, Lawrence Grillo. Like, he has been here virtually from the start of this channel. He has never given me a problem. Love that guy. He is wonderful. Like, he is just... he's golden. Like, people like that. Grant, he has been here for years. Like, no issues with that kid. Like, he's great. Like, stuff like that. Like... And some of the ladies too, like, you've been here for years too. Like, I mean, I don't have my computer in front of me to, like, get the names correct. Like, I think Christina Otter, like, she's been here for, like, a gazillion years. She is wonderful. She's never been like, I can't shout out everybody off the top of my head. Like, the worst part, I can picture the avatars, but trying to come up with the names, like this, my mind doesn't function that fast. Like, if I sat here and thought about it, I could come up with them, but, like, anyway, we don't want this to be 10 million hours long, so we're not. But you guys are wonderful, are never a problem, you're always a joy. So, but, like, the ones who just get demandy and shitty or just creepy, it's like, no, No, we're not doing that. There's like one guy who's like made so many movie recommendations that honestly I never would have heard of that like have turned out to be awesome, and I am so glad I checked out because he left them. Like, again, I'm blanking on his name right now. I'm sure he probably recognizes himself here, like, especially during, like, that one Halloween, like, month. The year that I, like, reviewed, like, Bad Ronald in the car and all that shit. The guy who is giving me most of the recommendations for those, he's awesome. I have no issue with him. I love his recommendations. Like, stuff like that. Like, Mr. Spider-Kiss, like, he's never been a problem. He's wonderful. Like, I could keep going, but anyways, you get the idea. There's a huge difference between, like, organic recommendations and shit that are, like, well-intentioned versus ones where it's just like, I'm just gonna sit here and poke you with a stick, 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 until you fucking do the thing. It's like, I'm gonna hit block on you. There's one that is dangerously close to it that I don't really want to hit block on, but it's like, dude, I don't care about Diana Rigg, please stop. But like, anyways, I digress. If ever I genuinely become a fan of Diana Rigg, I'm gonna regret that clip. But anyway, it's just like, dude, the pushiness about it. It's like, I don't deal well with pushy, in case we haven't gotten the memo yet. It's like, I'm the demand-averse type of autistic. It does not go well with me. So, it's like, make a recommendation, have it be well-intentioned, don't make it demandy. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, but like, this shouldn't be that hard. Oh my god, but then like, even the stuff that you do, people will give you shit no matter what you do. It doesn't matter what community it comes from. Oh my god. The fandoms, especially, holy shit. Like, actually, this video's getting long. Let me hit stop here, bring the file to my computer, and we'll start fresh, because I think I'm gonna run out of room. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, so the fandom stuff. Oh my god. When I tell you how stupid this shit is, like, the whole reason I got, like, really weird about, like, posting Beatles stuff was, like, if you're a guy in that space, all you have to do is buy shit, and apparently that is enough to just buy your position as just, like, a respected member of the community. If you're a female, however, basically the only way you will keep up is if you have the most encyclopedic knowledge of everything on, like, the most minutia shit that, like, no normal person would know off the top of their head, which I thought I had, actually, but boy, was I proven wrong, because, like, when it comes down to, like, recording session dates, I don't care. You know what? I will be honest. I could give a fuck less. If I needed that info, I could look it up. I don't need that up here. I have plenty of other shit that's just as useless knowledge already up here. But you get looked down on, oh, well, I mean, marginal fan at best. Marginal knowledge. It's like, oh, okay, cool, fine, whatever. Just only the thing that I've defined my entire existence by, but clearly, what could I possibly know about it? Alright, so I kind of backed off of that. It's why I kind of, like, just want to abandon the whole BeatleBabe name. Because that has been such a splinter under my nail ever since that comment was made. And I know I shouldn't give it that much power, but here we are. But it's like, okay, fine. You would think it would just be the one... No, baby, no. It was very illuminating to me when I did the Who tag thing a couple years ago. I have been in that fandom since I was 12 years old. And actually, who all I found online first were mostly other female fans. We must have all just congregated in one corner of the internet, though, because that fandom is mostly a sausage fest. You go to those shows, it's basically a sausage fest. It's all dudes. Alright, that's fine. I don't mind. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when those same dudes, who literally know nothing outside of Tommy Quadrophenia, Live at Leeds, and Who's Next, then try to school me on the Who. And I'm like, bitch, please, do you know who you're talking to right now? You don't. But like, alright, you didn't even know Roger or Keith did acting outside of Tommy. You didn't know John did artwork. You didn't know anyone but Pete even had a solo career. But you're gonna sit here and try to tell me you know the Who better than I do, when you know, like, 4 albums at best, maybe 5 if we include, like, Who Are You, that some of them know, but... It takes every ounce of willpower not to put my fist through a wall. Every time. Just sit there and bite my tongue and be like, oh yeah, yep, you're right. Yeah, whoever would have heard of Hobbs and Sods or Meaty Beady Big and Bouncy or anything like that. Like, who the fuck would know things like that? Oh, who the fuck is actually listening to Who by Numbers, aka my favorite Who album, but like, who the hell actually is listening to Face Dances or like It's Hard, right? Right? Like... What could I possibly fucking know? Only worked for the man, but okay. Alright, go ahead. Try to school me on the fucking Who. Jesus Christ. It just... It's like they want you to be in the fandom, but only in the way that they deem it normal. It's like, I have a better idea, go fuck yourself. But okay, anyway. Monkeys fandom, oh, that's its whole own bucket, oh crazy. There's a reason that people outside the fandom know the reputation of the people in the fandom and the batshit insanity that it tends to constantly have follow it. We have had every manner of fuck up in there, from stalkers to users to, I mean, there was the chick that, like, clawed her way through the fandom up, became Mike Nesmith's personal assistant, and is probably responsible for killing him, but, you know, just shit like that. And I mean, it's another space where, like, the men get really weird about it, and they get, like, tied up in the minutia of the shit that no one normal actually cares about. But if you don't know it, you couldn't possibly be a fan. It's like, I can only recite every word of every episode, the movie, like the TV special, like, you know, every interview, but okay, I don't know the Monkees. Sure. Alright. I only dated their keyboardist for a few years and got to tag along on part of a couple of tours, but sure, tell me I don't fucking know the Monkees. Alright, cool, that's fine. That's fine. And again, if you don't drop everything and fucking give them all the attention in the world, oh my god, you're Satan. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Yes, this happened too, and this happened in the YouTube space specifically a few years ago. I was like, oh, we're not playing that game. And of course, there's the ones that the minute they find out you have even the most tiny link to the band, they just want to use you as a means of getting to that. It's like, bitch, you think I don't see through you? No, like, fucking A. Like, I see you coming from 1,000 paces away. I know what you're about. It's not happening for you. Like, no, sorry. Oh my god, but then, God forbid, you try to do anything that is outside of the norm in the fandom. Be it writing fanfic, be it, like, making fan art, be it making fan theory videos, like, anything at all. Now you're labeled as a loser. Now you're labeled as an obsessive. It's like, okay, I might be a loser. I might be obsessive, but you know what? I'm also a bigger fucking fan than you are, so shut the hell up and sit down. Like, we are the type of fans that kept that band going for 60 years. We are the ones that have bought tickets to see them over and over and over again on the tours that, like, virtually no one outside the fandom will bother with, but okay, go off. There's that fandom. We have the whole gatekeepy shit that goes on in the Judy Garland fandom where, like, the gay men try to, like, gatekeep her from the women, which is really fucking weird given Judy was a woman, but okay, go off. There's one in particular that is, like, he tries to posit himself as, like, the leader of the fandom, and, like, any female in the space, he just blocks. It's like, oh, okay. Go off. Yes, he's also on YouTube, but... Any of you who are in the fandom know exactly who I am talking about right now. The Liza fandom is not much better, but it's also fairly dead, so I mean, you know, it's deader than Judy is. I'm allowed to say it, I'm in the fandom, so... But that fandom is deader than a doornail. I hate to say it, and Michael Feinstein ran it there. Thanks, though. Thanks for that. So fine, I lean into my pop girlies that are actually more age appropriate for me, and then people give me shit for, see, you don't even know real music, and I'm like, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it on somebody one of these days. I'm gonna flip the fuck out, and it's gonna be on camera, and that'll probably be the thing I'm known for. But, like, I am so sick of these fuckers who act like they are higher and mightier than thou because I'm too good for pop music. I'm too good for mainstream. And I'm like, you know what? For a lot of years, I internalized that shit, and I thought it was a shameful thing to admit that I love that. And I had the realization, pop music is popular for a fucking reason. It's okay to like it. If you think I'm less of a music fan for it, so be it. But you know what? I'm having fun, and clearly you're not. You're miserable. That's why you're picking on the people who are. Suck it. So, that's all I can say to that. You know why they're mad? Because it's a largely female-populated space, and they feel left out. They tattle on themselves constantly. Like, oh my god. Like, it's like, does it really bother you that much seeing strong, independent women not needing a man to hold them up? Because I think that's what this is about. That's what this is about at the end of the day. Like, no one wants to admit it, but it's what it's about. Which just makes me lean into it that much fucking harder. Like, my last FM charts and everything, you know, I've been using that site for over 20 years to clock everything that I play online. In the span of 1 week, I have managed, in nearly 2,000 artists that I have logged in there, to get Hilary Duff to position like number 23 out of all of them. And I am like rooting it on every time she beats out a fucking man. I'm like, in the name of feminism, I will get you to at least number 2. There's no overthrowing Liza because I kind of cheated at the numbers and left my iPod on 24/7 for a solid goddamn year just to make sure I was the number 1 fan on that site for her. But still, I could maybe get her to number 2. Do you know how much it would please me? How much it would tickle me to see Miley or Gaga or Hillary overthrow the Beatles at this point on there? It would make me so happy. Just because it would make so many of these men so fucking pissed. It's just like, yeah, that. Anyway. So it's just like, yeah, I do love this stuff. Yeah, you think it's a joke. No, I don't care. No, I will not quell it. By the way, I had a fantastic fucking time seeing Hilary Duff in concert about a week ago. So, you know, that was one of probably my favorite concerts I have ever been to. Most fun, very different audience than what all I am used to going to. I had never been to a pop concert before. I think I want to exclusively only go to pop concerts after that, but we all know that's not how it's going to shake out in reality. I already have tickets to see Rush later this year. But it was like, the day I had the realization that basically everything I love was pop at some point, was like, therefore, why is it somehow weirder when it's the ones from today than, oh gee, I only defined myself by being a Beatle fan for hella years. They're only the most popular band of all time, but yeah, that doesn't count as pop somehow? Second place, the Monkees behind them? Like, that isn't pop. That is literally bubblegum pop. Like, but people will act like you are lesser than that just because you like it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I have come to a point where I'm like, I am too old to give a shit what other people think. I don't care anymore. I am unashamedly loving what I love, and I'm doing it loudly and openly, and if you have a problem with it, there's the door. That's all I can say. So I'm just like, you know what? I am so done with the toxic masculinity shit. I can't deal, and I'm not going to. That was such a refreshing crowd. It was almost all females, and the ones who weren't were flamboyant gay guys. I loved it. Anyway, so there's that. Then there's the ones who, like, constantly give you shit for your life choices, right down to the weirdest, tiniest things, to also, like, the biggest, most life-changing things you could do that you might have no interest in doing, but because you're not doing them, and they think you should be, somehow you're just, like, fuck off. Do you know how many dudes have gotten on their soapbox over the years trying to shame me into having a kid I do not want? I am not going to have a kid I do not want. I'm not going to have a kid. Period. Thank God I'm in perimenopause, so it's like that door is closing and I'm like, bring it! Please, make it an impossibility. But like, I am so done. Like, I don't want it. I never wanted it. I knew from 3 years old I did not want it. So, I'm never going to want it. You're gonna regret that! You're gonna die alone! Oh, don't threaten me with a good time! Like, you think I want people just standing around watching me die? Like, fuck off. Like, no, actually, that sounds wonderful. I don't really like people that much to begin with. So I'm like, you know what? As long as it's not like a I've fallen and I can't get up situation, I'm good. I'm fucking good. And you forget that, okay, you don't have to have kids to still have somebody around. So like, it doesn't even have to be a relationship thing. Like, my sister and I already have a pact that when my parents are gone, I'm gonna go live with her. Like, so, therefore, I'm not going to die alone. Oh, mic drop. And if that falls through, the other sister has made the same fucking offer, and I'm honestly thinking it might be better to just, like, skip the middleman and go straight to her. Oh, mic drop. So it's just like, yeah, but they get all butthurt over what they think you should be doing that you're not doing. You should be losing weight. Go fuck yourself. It's like, they think you should be eating this, not that. You should be doing this, not that. Drinking this, not... You know what? I am over here living my life. You're over there living your life. I'm not telling you how to live yours. Why is it different the other way around? Oh, because I'm a woman. Got it. Got it. Fuck off. Oh my god, it's so refreshing. It's just getting it off my chest because it's been bottled up for so many years. And some of it I've let the release valve off on a little bit here and there over different videos. So some of this, yes, it's reheated nachos. You've already heard it before. But some of it is the first time I am saying the words out loud. And it feels good, damn it. But yeah, like, back to the fandoms thing. It's not even just the celebrity ones. Oh, no. This follows over into the hobbies, and this is where it's not exclusively a man thing now. Oh no, this is like woman on woman crime now. It's like, if you're in the art space, there's a reason I never, even though it's like the thing I love most in life, there's a reason I never made my channel an exclusively art channel, and I never will. I do videos here and there. But that will ever be the extent of it. Because, like, it is so toxic in the artist space. I think because all of us are mentally ill. We're just gonna cut through brass tacks. But, like, we're all fucking mentally ill. You throw us all in the same space. It's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath. How many people I have seen canceled and torn down by other artists who, like, ultimately at the end of the day, we all love doing the same thing. Why are we ripping each other to shreds? No one fucking knows, but we do it on a daily basis. Why? I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm actively contributing to it, but I definitely watch it go down from the sidelines, and I'm like, yeah, there's a reason I don't make more of this content, even though it's like the one thing I would actually love more than anything to just like, if I were going to niche down, that would be the thing I would niche down to. And I have shown glimmers of it, basically from day one, with the craft videos, with the art videos, with the coloring, but like, it's always been a vein going through the channel. Make no mistake, and it always will. But there's a reason it doesn't get a bigger emphasis, and it's because those people scare me. At the end of the day, they scare me. And yeah, I could just, like, block as needed, but, like, I don't want to deal with the headache. So I don't. So I do it limitedly, and that'll have to be good enough. Yeah, there might be a little bit more of an uptick just as I'm moving a bit more away from the beauty content, and I'm going back to my roots of what I started out doing in the first place, but it's like, it's never going to exclusively be that. But people get nasty with that. People get nasty with if you post cover videos. Oh my god. The shit that has been said to me. Trust me, I know I am not a professional. I will never be a professional. I do it because it makes me happy. I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy learning how to play a song and then sharing it. And if somebody likes it, if even one person likes it, that's great. I am so happy. But for every one of those, there's also got to be the flip side where somebody's like, oh my god, your singing is a musical abortion. That is an actual comment I got once. Yes, it has lived rent-free in my head for over 10 years. I told you I memorize everything. As much as I wish I didn't. But yeah, maybe I should take this into therapy and be like, hey, you know when we do hypnosis to like help erase shit from my head? Let's work on erasing some of those. But like, because some of them bother me more than they should. But anyway, that said, there are so many people who get judgy over that, or they're judgy over what instrument I am playing on. How many people have turned it into a joke that I play ukulele in 2026? To which I say, I also play other things, but you know what? If even like my lowest common denominator instrument, that is the easiest one for me to actually sing and play at the same time, if y'all are attacking that, why the fuck would I let you see me play anything else? Why would I ever open that up and be like even more vulnerable if I'm just gonna get attacked every time I do it? Why would I ever bring out my guitar for you? Why would I ever bring out my bass? You don't even know I have a drum pad, do ya? I could be doing full-fledged songs where I'm playing all the instruments if I wanted to, but you're so nasty to me about even the ukulele that I'm like, why would I even bother? That is how broken YouTube has left me with this shit, and it breaks my heart because it's like, I have fantastic ideas. I have fantastic things I have recorded that will never get shared with the world. No one but me has ever heard them because I can't take the criticism, and I wish it weren't like that. I wish I had the same nonchalant attitude about music that I do about the way people view me, in that I don't care if people hate my guts. If I could apply that to the way people react to me creating music, that would be fantastic. That would be a perfect world. But I don't know how to do that. And for some reason, it's right up there with the art for me, where that is like the vulnerable, like, you just went for the jugular thing. That is the thing that will actually wound me. So, yeah, and I should not be admitting that, because now I just literally handed the loaded gun to the trolls. Good job, self. I'm not going to edit that out either, though. So, fuck it. But this is why, like, anything like that goes behind the paywall now, because it's just like, well, if they're going to be an asshole, they're going to pay for the privilege to be an asshole, at least. But I mean, eventually the stuff that's behind the paywall will eventually become public, but it'll be so far past the point where I created it that hopefully, at least this is my intention with my game plan, that I won't care when the negativity rolls in at that point. I won't care, because I'll already be on not just to the next thing, but to God knows how many other next things by that point. That is my game plan anyway. I don't know if it'll work. And it'll be really obvious if it doesn't work if I do that and suddenly they just go all the way away again, like they did for the past however long it's been. I think it's been 2 years since the last one, question mark. It's like, I have ones I want to do, but then it's just like, but do I really want to open myself up to that kind of hatred again? I'm not sure that I do. It's like, yeah, I get it that I'm not good. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just being an asshole to be an asshole. Huge difference. One, I can handle and I can maybe take into advisement if it's something that is within my scope of capability to work on. Sometimes it's stuff I can't do anything about. Like, yeah, I can't do anything about the fact that I have a nasally, annoying voice. My voice is what it is. No amount of working on it is going to change that. No amount of surgery is going to change that. It is what it is. This is what I've got to work with. But stuff where it's like a technical issue or a skill issue, I might be able to work around that and like build upon it. But if you're just a dick to me about it, then it's just like an instant block, and I'm gonna probably ignore that, but also take it way too personally and then not want to do anything. Therefore, it's no longer constructive, it was destructive. So, You see why I kind of, like, fell off the fucking map with content, don't you? When, like, this is just kind of where we're at across the board, no matter what the hell I upload. And if I just do, like, a long-winded, talky vlog like this, where I'm just getting everything off my chest the way that I used to, I'm sure I'm gonna get detractors on this, too. I am positive of that. I'm sure many of you probably won't even make it all the way through the video. I'm sure by the time I've even made it this far, most of the people that this is aimed at have already clicked off, so it's kind of falling on deaf ears, but oh my god, like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to constantly be treated as a joke just because of gender more than anything else. But, like, it's also frustrating where it's like, you make, like, the talkie vlogs where you get vulnerable, where you just, like, pour your heart out, and you just want people to at least understand where you're coming from, if nothing else. Not even necessarily looking for sympathy, just want people to understand where you're at right now. And this is why I'm creating the content that I do in the way that I do right now. People are no doubt still gonna take it wrong and act like this is just attention-seeking behavior, this is somehow some type of, like, fishing for compliments. It's not. It's literally not. If you've been paying attention to this video, it is not that. Like, it's really difficult, and, like, God forbid you have something difficult that you want to talk about and just get off your chest just to have somewhere to go with it. Then again, you get the people who come after you, it's not supposed to be a substitute for therapy. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, I go to therapy too. There's plenty of shit that never makes it over here. This is the stuff that still spills over here that I still need to talk more about. Where I think that maybe some people might be able to relate to it. And if nothing else, can at least commiserate in the frustration of just the sense of where we're currently at. Oh god, and piggybacking, I know, I'm jumping all over the place. I really should have made, like, a bullet point list or something just to keep this some type of cohesive, but I didn't. Thanks, ADHD. But, like, anyway, like, piggybacking off of the ones that get all butthurt that, oh, you didn't have a kid, you're gonna regret that, you're gonna die alone. There's just as many who get butthurt that I refuse to date, that I refuse to be in a relationship of any kind. It's like, no. I don't want that. You clearly want that. You're mad that I don't want that, which tells me that on some level you're pissy that you know damn well you have no chance with me, even though A, I am not a catch and I have never made any secret of that, and B, like, what exactly made you think that that was ever a viable option? Stop it. And if you try to claim, it's not about that, no, it is exactly why you're doing it. You're projecting. You're projecting your own insecurities about where you are in your life onto me because you feel some kind of way about your life and now you're mad about it and you're taking it out on all women. I'm not having it. I see through it. I don't need it. And before they start throwing around all the slurs, all the LGBT slurs, guess what? I'm not dating on that side of the line either. I'm not dating anyone anymore. At all. Period. Dunzo. When I realized that I only sought out long-distance relationships so sex would never have to be involved, I just wanted somebody to talk to, that was life-changing for me. And I realized, oh, I actually never wanted to date. I just wanted a friend to talk to. And then I was like, oh, so why did I seek out that avenue in particular instead of just seeking out friends? Because the friends that I had before, every time they would start dating somebody, would drop me like a hot potato. So somewhere in my fucked up brain, somewhere along the line in my teens, it's took me like 25 years to unravel. Yeah, we're getting all real today, aren't we? Like, it took me 25 years to unravel that I was trying to bypass the middleman. It's like, oh, well, if they're just dating me, then they won't run off to be dating someone else and therefore are just available to talk to all the time. I realized how bad that sounds saying it out loud. As soon as it was brought to my attention that that's what I was doing, that was the moment that I stopped doing it, and I will never do it again. I will never date again, because I realized that I was never interested in the things that come with dating. Shocker! I just wanted someone to talk to. And at this point now, I am so guarded the opposite direction that I've kind of started self-isolating, and I only allow myself to talk to any one given person a certain amount before I force myself to pull back and go do something else, anything else. Just, you can't become reliant on another person again. Ever. So, that's fine. Like, I'm actually good with that. Thank God I'm an introvert. But, like, it's like, okay. And you know what? I've been so much more stable for it. And so, that was like, oh, wow. If I had realized this 25 years ago, do you know how much trauma I could have saved myself? Do you know how much trouble I could have spared other people if I had just had that moment of realization? And you know what? Better late than never, right? So it's just like, these chuckle fucks who come in here who like try to get on my ass for the fact that I'm not in a relationship. It's like, I don't want one, buddy. I never wanted one. And they seem to think my life will be magically fixed if I were just in one. Been there, done that, gotten the t-shirt, and it only mentally fucked me up so much worse. So much worse every single time because I cannot handle the things that come along with that type of relationship. So just not being in them in the first place? Shocker. Now I actually hold my shit together. Oh my God. Not everyone has to be in a relationship. Not everyone has to be paired up. Not everyone has to have sex. Shocker. Oh my God, why is this hard for people? Because usually it's men making these comments and they cannot fathom that somebody wouldn't want that, and they think it has to either be denial or, oh, you've just been turned down so many times to where you've mentally internalized it and now you've shut it down. It's like, no, nobody. That is not what this is about at all. Like, apparently you feel some kind of way and you're speaking from some type of experience you've had. That's not my experience, though. That's not mine. So, it's just like, yeah. Alright, I am literally just out here living my fucking life authentically to myself, for myself. I actually live a very simple life at the end of the day. So it's like, why is this such a problem for people? I'm a homebody. I'm a homesteader, actually. Like, I have animals I take care of and stuff. It's like, I'm pretty self-sufficient. Like, grow our own vegetables here and stuff. It's like, pretty fucking self-sufficient. Like, I don't have to rely on the outside world for much of anything. What I do need, I'm able to do from my computer, from home. My income comes through the computer. Actually, this is not much of an income anymore, but this isn't where most of my money comes from anyway. Most of my money either comes from, like, the crafts that I sell, and they come from the data entry that I do. Occasionally, I have other odd jobs that I do that, like, there's no point talking about on here, but, like, I earn what I need to earn, and it's fine. And that's fine for me. I don't have this same yearning that you clearly do to want something more. I am fine just the way I am, where I am. Like, I used to think when I was younger that, like, the goal was to, like, live in a big city or something. It took one night of staying in one to realize I could never live in an environment like that. If I so much as hear a car drive by, I can't sleep. Thank God we live as far enough away from traffic to where, unless there's a really noisy motorcycle, I generally never have to hear traffic. I do not take that privilege for granted. I am so grateful for it. But it's just like, yeah, I realize my life experience is very different from your life experience. And that's okay. We live different walks of life. And that's also okay. Like, it doesn't make it bad just because it's different. It doesn't make it bad just because you can't wrap your own closed-minded way of thinking around the way that I live. Like, I don't get how or why this is hard for people, but it's virtually always men. And you know why? Because men are the ones who generally benefit from being in a relationship, because it's always the women who do all the free labor for them, the emotional labor, the mental labor, the cooking for them, clean, like the whole fucking thing. Why the hell would I want that? I will do it for myself, please and thank you. I will do it for, like, my immediate relatives that I have in my life. I don't need another person to do this for. I'm good. I am already the caretaker of my parents, so I don't need another one. Thank you very much. I'm fine. Like, Jesus, if it were, like, genuinely just me, my life would probably be a hell of a lot simpler, but, like, and a lot more intentional, and a lot more predictable, but it's not. So I deal with the hand I was dealt, and that's fine. I've got plenty of health things too, so it's mutually beneficial that I am right here, living the life that I am. Because I benefit them, they benefit me. It's beautiful. I understand other people can't wrap their heads around that because they've lived such a vastly different lifestyle that they're like, I can't imagine living with my parents at 41. You'd never be able to bring somebody home and have sex with them. It's like, good thing I never wanted that. Good thing I never wanted that ever. Like, Jesus. But, like, people can't wrap their heads around that. It's like, again, just because it's different doesn't make it bad. The people who get all butthurt about it are usually the MAGA people who are, like, so sexist it's disgusting, and, like, they think, like, a woman's only job is to be an incubator. I'm like, nope, not here for it. Not here for it. Go elsewhere. I am so glad I am nearly aged out of even being viable for that, and I can go back to being invisible to these fucking men, so... And it's not like they're trying to hit me up for that. None of them overtly just admit that's their intention. That's my favorite part. But at the same time, it's like, you can read between the lines that is obviously where this shit is coming from. It's like, stop it. Like, no, I don't want to, and I'm not going to, and I don't have to. We don't live in a country where that shit is mandated. We don't live in a Muslim country. We don't live in a country where, I only make an example of them, not out of any type of Islamophobia. I make that comment because basically the women there are literally the property of their men. That is why I make that comparison. We don't live in a situation where we have to do that. If that's cool with you to want to go live that, you go live that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to live your life over there away from me, however you want to live it. But I'm also going to be over here living my life my way, not bothering you either. It's just like, if they wouldn't come harass me, there would be no issue, because I'm not going out of my way to harass them. I stay the fuck away from them. It's always the other way around. I'm like, no, go away. I don't want it. Keep it away from me. But it's like, the best way I can make the analogy, I'm half stealing the analogy, but also half changing it up for my own purposes. It's like they were in the frozen food aisle at the supermarket, looking at flavors of ice cream. And they come across this carton of perfectly good, like, say, vanilla, caramel, ripple ice cream, and they're like, ew, I don't like caramel. If only it weren't so full of caramel and a feminist, maybe it would be worth me buying. But it's so gross, it shouldn't even exist. It's like, never mind that there is a whole wall of other flavors to pick from that no doubt one of those will be something you like. Just go for that one and leave the one alone that you don't want. Conversely, they also are just like, well, why wouldn't you want this perfectly good, delicious sushi over here that I am? Everybody loves sushi. It's just like, no, I don't actually. I am repelled by sushi. Both figuratively and literally. It's why I'm using it as the analogy. Just like, no, actually, I want no part of sushi ever as long as I live, frankly. Keep it away from me. I'm currently fasting. If I were going to eat something, it would be the ice cream, but actually I am fasting. So, again, figuratively and literally this applies. So it's like, I don't know how to make it make any more sense, but like, it's just so weird to me though, that they get so butthurt and up their own asses about this stuff. It's just like, can you not? Can you just take that elsewhere? Clearly, you are barking up the wrong tree, my friend. This goes back to the very start of the channel, though. That's not a new thing. That's not a new thing. But it was always just like a one-off here and there for the longest time, up until like pretty much ever since the pandemic. all of a sudden it's like more dudes were more chronically online and I guess just like stumbled their way into finding out I exist. Much to my chagrin. But like, I thought I was like over here in my own safe little pocket where generally most people don't know about me. I'm not a big channel. I've got like 8,000 subscribers. That's it. That is a drop in the bucket in terms of YouTube. So I didn't think I really had to deal with this, and the older I got, I thought that, cool, the odds will go down, if anything, and eventually it'll just, like, go away completely, and I'll never have to deal with it. Yeah, no, that's not the way that it played out, thanks to the fucking pandemic. No, now they're both out here, and because they've been chronically online, and because they've been red-pilled, now they feel like they are entitled to act some kind of way, and God forbid you so much as even, like, act civil towards a female just existing in the same space. Nope, you'll get called a simp if you are just so much as civil to her. Not fawning over her, not flirting with, none of that. No, just being civil apparently makes you a simp, according to these idiots. It's like, no, that's common human decency, but alright, go off. Again, I insta-block these fuckers because I am not dealing with it. I have no use for them. I have no use for them when they act that way. Like, can we fucking not? Like, oh my god, it's so stupid. Like, saying it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. And yet, it happens over and over and over. And they don't take no for an answer. And even when you try to explain your point of view to them, they'll, like, try to gaslight you into, like, things like, asexuality doesn't exist. That's not real. Yeah, no, you've just never had good dick. It's like, yeah, and I don't want to either. Frankly. Go away. You're just closeted. It's like, no, I played that game too. Nope. Actually, I don't think it's that. Although, if I were going to be with somebody, yeah, that is the side of the line I'd be on, but no. No, I don't think it's that either. Try again. Try again. But nah, because they can't wrap their tiny little brains around it. It must not be real. Because they think they are the be-all, end-all prize of everything. Again, not all men. There is plenty of you I have no issues with. Plenty of you are just fine. Most of you that are here are just fine. Like I said, like, the ones that have stuck around and not been blocked, you're not a problem to me. So do not feel like this is some type of indictment of you. This is not about you. If you're able to comment here, this is not about you. If you are blocked, this is about you, but just saying, in my block list, it's so funny to me that, like, before the pandemic, my block list consisted of about 4 or 5 people. That was all that ever managed to be blocked in the whole history of the channel until 2020. Now it's about 3 pages long. It might be longer, actually. I'm just like, what the fuck? But then I think about the timing and I'm like, yeah, that lockdown really screwed people up, didn't it? And the irony, the lockdown was like the one time in my life I attempted to have a job outside the home. What the fuck was I thinking, too? But, like, I think I thought it would be less people-y, therefore it'd be safer, and then everything opened back up. I was like, nope, I'm good. Fuck this. I'm out. I mean, no, we all know it was really bad. I had to pay off the Etsy debts, and I needed to do it quickly. I needed about $7,000. I made the $7,000. I paid off the $7,000. And then it was just out of my own stubbornness of wanting to outlast that chick that used to harass the shit out of me, that I had to outlast her. I had to see her either leave or be fired. The day after she was fired, I put in my 2 weeks. I never went back. I never fucking went back. It's like, I put in the 2 weeks, but I did not come back. And I don't care. I'm never working food service again. Fuck that. Anyway, so it was terrible. It was terrible. Oh my god, I don't miss it one bit. Not one bit. It, for the most part, was not the customers that were the problem. It was the other people I had to fucking work with. It was just like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm too old for this shit. But like... But even there was that one creepy dude who kept trying to give me his number across the fucking counter every shift. It's like, go the fuck away. There was that one hobo dude that got in the back and assaulted me. Go the fuck away. Like, can we not? Can we not? Like, Why can females not just exist safely in the world? You wonder why I'm agoraphobic? This shit's why I'm agoraphobic, because of crap like this has gone on my entire life. So it's just like, I have a better idea. I have a privileged enough life to where I don't have to interact with society if I don't wanna. So I choose not to most of the time. Most of the time. If I do, it is on my terms, and usually very, very limited amounts, and then I am out. I do the Irish goodbye. I don't say bye to anybody. I just split, and I'm gone. So it's like, nope, we're done here. So, like, I mean, other than that concert, I think the only other, like, socially thing I have done in recent history was, like, going to a car show. Which, ironically, is populated by mostly men, and yet, it was almost like a safety thing, because, like, but if you are a female who's here and you're not with a guy, we know you're probably gay. It's like, okay. So nobody bothered me, and I still got to look at cool cars. It was a blast. So, it was like, I like car shows. That's a fun fact about me that most of you probably don't know. A few of you do, but most of you probably don't. The fact that, ironically, I don't drive, but I'm car obsessed. Like, make that shit make sense. But I'm also epileptic, and I know, and narcoleptic. It would not be safe for me to be behind the wheel of a car. But I am, at least just for having it on paper, trying to get a license. Even if I don't use the license, at least I'll have one. Because I feel like I should at least have one. Even if I don't have my own car, even if I don't use the license, I'd feel better just to have it. I've been working on that this year. Yeah, I know, yay me. Look at her doing the thing everybody else did at 16, at 41, but shut up, better late than never. So, anyway, I think I want a little baby blue Miata or a baby pink one or the other. It has to be a pastel, maybe even lavender, that'd be cute as shit. Anyway, so, or a VW Bug, one or the other. I want it to be a very rounded, very soft-looking car, but anyways, that said... It either has to be that or a monster truck. There is no in-between. I should put the picture here. I actually asked the owner of the monster truck that was there. I was like, can I take a picture in the driver's seat? They let me, and it was like the best day ever for it. But anyway, it's like, holy shit, this is so cool. By the way, for any of you who know anything about, like, monster truck rallies, may I just say, I am the biggest fangirl for Sparkle Smash. Oh my god, if that truck had existed when I was 7 years old, holy crap. I mean, I was also the same 7-year-old who wanted to go to a monster truck rally for her 7th birthday party. By the way, my mom wouldn't let me because there had recently been that whole incident where, like, a wheel had, like, broken off a truck, landed in the crowd, and killed somebody, and she didn't want to risk it, so... You wonder why I'm scared to do anything, but, like, shit like that has been how my life has been governed, so apparently I've internalized that. But at this point, I'm like, nah, monster trucks are cool as shit. White trash, sure, but they're cool as shit. Oh my god, that one, it's a literal unicorn, and it's driven by a woman. I'm like, oh my god, I love everything about this. This would have been my favorite thing ever that I would have been obsessed with. It would have been my freaking hyperfixation as a little kid if that truck had existed back then. As it was, I was already obsessed with several of them that are still around. I love that Gravedigger is still a thing. But, okay, I'm off topic here. We need to get off the cars, but like, but just saying, it's like, shit like this is like, I never even bring up on here, but it's like, I actually care a great deal about. I could talk at length about. You know why I don't, though? What has been the common thread through most of this video? Yeah, that's why I don't. So, because it's like, I don't need to attract more of them. So, it's like, no, let's not do that. But anyway, I know, I'm weird. And I'm okay with being weird. I love that I'm weird, actually. I used to hate that. I used to hate that I was such an outcast. Now I'm like, you know what? It's my superpower. It's my fucking superpower because I may be weird. My interests may be all over the board, but I can pretty much integrate into fairly any social setting for the most part. And be able to find some kind of common ground to talk about somewhere. Because I have varied enough interests to do that. And people are always caught off guard by weird ones, where they're like, how the fuck do you know about that? I'm just like, There's a lot about me you don't know because you never took the time to get to know. You never gave me an opportunity to show that side. I'd like to, but it's like, when is there ever a time? When is there ever an opportunity? It was like the whole, like, the whole wrestling thing too. Like, back in the day, I was super into WCW and MWO. You didn't know that either, did ya? Huh, well, a few of you did, because I think there was, like, one live stream that I talked about that on before, but, like, most of you had no idea that I'm a little Ric Flair fangirl. Yeah, you had no idea. Anyway, it's just, like, shit like that where it's just, like, I would never in a million years have clocked you for being a fan of that. It's like, yeah, I know. You can't figure me out. No one can figure me out all of the way, myself included, but I kind of like that. It's, like, an ongoing mystery of, like, just, like, here's another puzzle piece that falls into place over time, and I don't know what exactly the picture is eventually going to be of, or what it's going to look like. But at the same time, I'm having fun just watching the way that organically it comes together. So, I don't know. That's where I'm at. But, yeah, it's just a very weird thing to be in this space on YouTube where it's like, on a daily basis, I want to sit down and create. But then I get in my own head because of the way I've been treated on this platform in recent years, and I end up usually talking myself out of doing it. But I'm trying to force myself back in, especially with this one being a long, rambly, stream of consciousness type video like the old days. Like, I'm trying to tap back into that girl to an extent. Without the problematic parts, if I can help it. But, like, if we can avoid that part, that'd be great. But, like, I'm trying to, like, bring her back. She's still in there. She is proven she's still in there. She's still alive. I'm just trying to bring her out of her shell. It's like, come on. It's okay. It's okay. I think I've gotten rid of most of the troublemakers. You can come back. It's all right. The ones that remain, we'll just smack them down like whack-a-mole. But, like... It's okay. Come on out. It's all right. But, I don't know. It's interesting watching it happen, even from my own point of view. So I can only imagine from, like, a viewership, like, standpoint, those of you who've been here for years and years and years, who saw the shift from, like, the really just, like, we'll talk about anything at length, doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how serious, how silly, doesn't fucking matter even if it's a train wreck, like, crash out on the floor crying kind of thing, or if I am fangirling about something as stupid as, like, the Spice Girls, it doesn't matter. Just so long as I'm sharing it. It was like, that was, like, my MO. And I lost that somewhere along the way. I got too worried about what other people thought of me. Which is not like me. I have been the perpetually bullied kid my entire life. Therefore, I have already heard worse things than what people have said to me on the internet for the most part since kindergarten. Therefore, I have never really cared what other people thought of me or the things that interest me. Because I've always been on the outside looking in. So with that in mind, what do I have to lose by letting myself out? Right. Nothing. There's only stuff to gain. There's only the potential for connecting with other like-minded individuals by letting that side out. Every time I snuff that flame out, and then I'm shocked at, why isn't this resonating with anybody? It's like, bitch, it's not even resonating with yourself. This is the most sanitized, inorganic crap you've ever created. Why? Why did you let that be the thing that took over your channel? And I've sat with that. I have been sitting with that lately. And really thinking about the past few years of content for the most part. There have been a few organic things that actually were worthwhile. But a lot of it was just... the makeup shit took over because we all got sucked into the whole influencer mindset. Like the beauty influencers especially. Where we thought, she with the most toys wins. And then we all had the same crashing realization at about the same moment when our stuff started expiring of, hey, these were never meant to be collected. They were meant to be used and used up, and then you get a new thing, and then you do it with that. Like, it was never meant to be hoarded. I have had people in the beauty space both commend me for what I've bought, as well as the ones who demonize me for basically perpetuating overconsumption and hoarding, which the minute they used the H word, it triggered something in me of realization of, oh God, this did turn into that, didn't it? Oh shit. And I don't even actually, like, care about it. Why the oh God, I gotta do better. So I was like, okay, time to break up with the beauty boxes. Time to, like, stop doing, like, the massive hauls of just, like, random shit. It's like, I'm still gonna, like, occasionally buy things here and there that catch my eye, catch my interest. Fine. Because that's the normal way of interacting with this shit. But, like, the way that we did this for, like, 10 years, we've all had this come to Jesus moment of, oh my God, it's too much. What the fuck did we all do? What did we all do? I can't unspend that money. All I can do at this point is use up what I have, donate some stuff, flip some stuff on eBay, and just do better moving forward. So that same energy, that same hyper-focus that I had been placing on this that clearly wasn't even resonating with most people anymore. Like, a few of you still watch it, but, like, the tides have turned. There's a reason the Project Pan content does so much better these days, because we all had this moment of realizing we all got sucked into overconsumption way, way, way too hard. It was like, this is a bad look. This is a really bad look, actually. We all collectively need to do better. So fine. Have been shifting the mindset to celebrating when I use shit all the way up and it's out and gone, and now there is that much more space that's freed up from that thing being out of my collection, out of my space, out of my life. It's like I said, it'll never be 100% off the channel. There's, for one thing, hundreds of videos that were pre-filmed that still have to go up, so we're working through those. We're down into the 700s now, though. That's something. We've made some progress. Remember, it was in the 900s, so we're getting somewhere. But, there's all of those, and, there's still stuff that I'm organically making now, but it's fewer and further between. When I eventually make it through the whole backlog of shit that is amassed on the folder, they're gonna get spaced out more sporadically in a much more sane and natural way, because I realized that I don't think I consciously realized it had gotten that bad. But when I actually forced myself, you know what I had to do? I pulled out every single thing that I owned, skincare-wise, hair product-wise, makeup-wise, and I laid them all out on the floor. They didn't all fit on the floor at the same time. It took multiple rooms to lay them all out. And I forced myself to uncomfortably stand there and look at it all and realize how much money I've wasted, how much space I've been wasting all this time with this shit that there's no way of humanly using that all up, hence the donating some, selling some, keeping the ones that I do want approach. But it's just like, somehow I deluded myself into, like, not seeing it. It kind of just became part of the scenery. I'm doing better now. But it's why I'm throwing myself as hard back into art and, like, really not letting myself obsess over makeup anymore the way that I once did. Like, I'm trying to have a much more healthy and sane relationship with it again, and putting my attention and focus back on things that actually matter, while also being careful not to get sucked into the whole influencer thing that can happen in that sphere, because there's just as many videos about people who buy way too many art supplies, and I'm like, I hear you, but I already had most of mine. So it's like, I've bought, like, fresh ones of things that dried up and dried out, but, like, I'm able to have a much more normal relationship with that because I already lived it there once and made the same mistake there. And this was where I had to, like, rationalize with myself, I have a shopping addiction. I need to not. All of the energy that was spent on substance abuse in my teens kind of turned into a shopping addiction in my 20s and 30s. So now I'm unlearning that bad behavior. It is a process. It is not perfect. I'm not all the way there yet, but we have made huge fucking strides in doing better. And I am proud of me for that, for how far I have come over the past year where that is concerned. Again, not perfection. Perfection is not the goal. Improvement is the goal. Unlearning bad behaviors is the goal. So, and not substituting it with another addictive tendency in its place. Because I acknowledge I have an addictive personality type. That is going to be something I struggle with until the day I die. I have to be so careful with where I put my attention and my energy and my focus to make sure that things don't spiral out into that in any direction. So, it is a thing, but in the name of transparency, I tell you guys this stuff because it's just like, we all watched it unfurl. We watched it go down in real time and it was painful, and I should have known around the point where I started trying to hide how much shit I was buying. Should have been the wake-up call moment of, hey, you know this. You know damn well the minute you start trying to hide shit is the minute you are definitely in addiction territory again, and you gotta stop. You gotta stop. So, it's like, alright. So, yeah, it may have been painful having people throw those particular words at me, but this was one case where that was constructive criticism and it needed to be said. Because on that one, I was like, oh God, you're right. Oh shit, I didn't even realize it got like that though. The scary thing was it snuck up on me. And because it was like stuff like, perfect example, because I am staring at them on my shelf right now. Just an example. When I cleared out just my bathroom, even the cabinets, and like laid it all out on the floor. Something like deodorant that we all use, we all need. How many do you think I found unopened in there? If you guessed 51, you'd be correct. The shower gels, like, it's shameful. It's shameful. Like, I don't even want to tell you the numbers with, like, the sheet masks. It's like, oh God. Yeah, so, donated quite a few. Sold quite a few. I'm keeping the ones that are actually of interest that I would like to actually use. I mean, once upon a time I wanted to actually use all of them, but being realistic, like, doing the Project Pan stuff points out how long it takes to actually use things up. And it's like, these do have an expiration date on them. But it was one of those sneaky things where it's like, I'd be out shopping and like kind of like not really think about it consciously, just like, oh look, they made a new scent of this, I want to try that, and it would go in the cart. It would be like just one at a time here or there. It didn't seem that bad because they kept getting pushed back in the cabinet and I didn't realize how many I already fucking had. Same thing happened with the shower gels. Same thing happened with the sheet masks. Same thing happened with so many different things to where I'm like, this is not a one-off thing. Oh, this is indicative of a bigger problem. Okay. Now that I'm aware of it, now I can work with it. Because when you are unaware that there is a problem that needs to be fixed, you can't fix the problem. Once it's brought up to you, as long as you're not in denial about it, you can work with that. And I kind of very quickly went through like all the different degrees of grief with this one at first of just, there was a lot of emotions I had to process when I forced myself to sit with that. I was just like, holy crap. I actually invited my youngest sister to just like, you know what? I'm giving you one free pass. I want you to be super mean to me right now about this and shame me from a therapist's point of view. Tell me everything that I need to hear right now. And I sat there and I cried while she did it, but it needed to be said. And I was like, okay, well, this was your one shot. That ends today. Like, you got it all out. I heard it. I took it into advisement. Okay, we're not going to do that moving forward. That's not carte blanche to just be mean to me forever now. That was just, the one day, but pretty much have, like, ever since been very steeply turning a corner with that and, like, diverting my attention elsewhere into more just healthy things, into things that are actually productive and aren't just like, what the fuck happened here? But just the fact that it happened so sneakily was like, oh god. Like, some of it I understand was, like, pre-pandemic, like, I was, like, hitting up, like, Dollar Trees and things, just, like, buying up anything, because I knew that it would be, like, review content. I'm gonna earn that money back and then some, so it's gonna be a profit. And once upon a time, that was true. That was before we all had that come to Jesus moment about the beauty content, realizing how overboard we all went. And now people don't really interact with that so much anymore. They do a little, but not enough to make it lucrative. So it's like, okay, everything has to change. Everything has to fucking change now. We can't just, like, use that as a blanket excuse for buying all this crap anymore. We have to, A, not buy like a crazy person, and B, we have to do better and not just start doing it with something else. So it's been hard. I definitely fell off the wagon for a little bit on Steam and was doing it with digital game purchases too, because it's not a concrete thing that's taking up space, but next thing I know, 700 games later. I wish I were exaggerating. But it's like, okay. But this was about the point where I did take it to therapy. It was like, I need help. I'm a fucking shopaholic. That whole movies and book of Confessions of a Shopaholic, my brain was not meant to take those on as a blueprint, but it kind of happened. So it's like, well, alright, so now we're unlearning that, and I've been doing pretty fucking good with it, I must say, which is why I've had money to do things like, I don't know, go to concerts again, shocker, when I hadn't in many years, because, I wonder where all my money was going. It's a Scooby-Doo mystery. I can't fucking imagine. Where did all the money go? Yeah. So, I mean, it was painful, but it was necessary to have that wake-up call. And just the bucket of cold water thrown over me. That was needed. But that is also, I'm including it as part of my state of being a female content creator in the year 2026 video, and not its own solid separate video, because I feel like there's a lot of people who were in the same fucking boat. Like, if you read through all the different Project Pan communities, if you even just, like, look around on YouTube at these channels who are also doing Project Pan, there's so many of us who all got fed this lie that, like, bigger was better, more is better. Like, it's not. It's not. So it's like, no, I'm done. I've tapped out. I've tapped the fuck out. Like I said, I am taking a much more healthy approach, but at the same time, it's like, until I use shit up, I'm not bringing more in. So, I finally hit the end of, like, the Dollar Tree soaps this morning. And it took every ounce of willpower not to be like, well, let's go buy 20 more now. It's like, no, I'll go buy 3. So I have 1 on the counter, and I have 2 in reserve, because I don't make it there very often, and again, I don't drive. So it's just like, I don't mind having a couple of something as backups. A couple. I don't want it to take up an entire cabinet of mine, though. You see, I don't want to waste my better soaps on just being my makeup sponge cleaners. So it's like, yeah, no, that's exactly what I was using those soaps for, was just for cleaning the makeup sponges. So, I mean, there is a need to have at least a little bit of it around, but that's the thing. We don't need a ton of it. If I drove and could drive myself freely where I wanted to go, whenever I wanted to go, I could absolutely subscribe to the whole store it at the store thing and be like, I'll just buy the 1, and when I need more, I'll buy 1. But because I don't, because it's kind of a pain in the ass trying to, like, arrange for when somebody can bring me to, like, just go do that, I do have to strategize and get, like, a few just so it'll last longer. So I have some buffer between then and whenever I can make it there again, because it doesn't happen often. So there is that aspect where it's like some people can do really, really perfection level. I can't do perfection, but I can do improvement. So at this point, we're working that down. I've worked down the shampoo hoard to just one basket, which is better than the 3 that it was originally inhabiting. Now it's down to 1, and I am using those up before I bring any more in. I'm looking at it right now, but it's like, I'm so disappointed with myself. When I look around, I'm like, it was so sneaky and so insidious, and who was I trying to impress? Who was I trying to impress? Like on one hand, like, I could have done the content creation thing with far less numbers of this and still had the same result without having just this backload of shit that now I have to use up. So it's like, well, that's on me. That's on me. So we're doing better now. And my sister is also my accountability partner for this, that like every time I use something up, I tell her about it, and I tell her about the fact that I still have this many more to go. This is the number we're at. This is how many there are before I am allowed to buy a new thing. So, things like the hair dye I don't stock up on because literally cannot with that. That'll expire and be no good and probably explode and be a huge mess. But like, things like the shampoo though, oh god, like there was so much of it. The deodorants we talked about, the sheet masks we talked about, the fragrance mists, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I mean, on one hand, part of me is like, yeah, but they don't go bad, but I encountered one the other day, yes, they do. That cucumber melon one literally smells like poop now, so that one had to go, and that was the wake-up call that, yes, they do, you best actually start using these, or getting rid of them. Choose a lane, stick to it, but, yeah, it's hard. It's hard unlearning something that snuck up on you and kind of took over for like 10 years. So I was like, oh boy, okay. Doing better now. There's a reason why most of the lip balm reviewers that you watched about 10 years ago, none of them do it anymore. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? I don't know that I'll ever be 100% out of that community. I'm too entwined in it. And I mean, even before it was a YouTube thing, that was something that just, because it's an anxiety tell for me that I will bite at my lips and make them raw if there's not something on them. That's always been a thing since I was a teeny kid. I'll never totally be out of it, but I can be much more sane about it than I was. So it's like, nobody needs to have 5 extra large caboodles filled with them that doesn't even completely fill the whole collection. The fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell was I doing? Some of you tried to point it out to me, and I was in denial at that point, but now I'm like, oh god. So it's like, well, the stuff that I've got, I will review. There is a couple of companies I will make exception for and review new stuff from, like EOS. I'm sorry, I'm ride or die for them. Crazy Rumors doesn't really do new flavors anymore, so I mean, I'm ride or die for them, but they don't really do anything new, so fine, whatever. Burt's Bees got weird. I'm not as ride or die for them as I once was. The normal stick's fine, but all the weird offshoots, I'm like, no, I don't need that. Soft Lips, they release new things so rarely that it's like, fine, I'm okay with them. Chapstick, again, it's one of those things where they don't do that many releases a year. So it's like, okay, if I just keep it even to those, we're good. But I do have this backlog of shit to work through, though. So it's like, yeah, those reviews will probably still be coming for years. But, you know, it is what it is. If we ever get to a sane number of them again, I might be able to open it up to more brands again. But it's like, bro... What did I do? What did I do? Like, I was like, it's such just like a nothing burger item. They're so little. They take up no room. Yeah, if there's like a normal number of them, when you have literally thousands upon thousands of them, they take up a lot of room. Shocker. Like, What the fuck? When they start becoming part of the decor, there's a problem. When you start putting up shelves on the wall to display them standing up in, like, rainbow ombre order, like, we've got a problem. We've got a problem. Like, I'm the first to admit it. And I know damn well it comes from, like, that whole mindset of just, like, having grown up in a home where just things were really turbulent all the fucking time. You didn't know when the next time you'd get a new thing was. Even though it's, like, the worst part. Money was not the problem, just the parents' money was going towards drugs. So it was like, you didn't know when the next time you saw a new thing would be, so you'd just hold on to fucking everything. Because you didn't know when or if you would see another one. I have had to finally rationalize with that and let go of it. It's like, you have your own money now. You don't have to live like that anymore, baby girl. You don't have to. You can let go of that. You can take care of you. Like, it's not like that anymore. But, like, it's really, really hard unlearning that mindset. But, it's a process, and it's not an easy one. If you guys want more videos on this topic, I am happy to make them, because I feel like there is so many of us in this same fucking boat that, like, more of us probably should be talking about that angle, because we all got collectively sucked into it. We had no problem talking about it while we were doing the fun part of it, but ooh, now that we're at the reckoning stage where we're having to, like, fix our shit and do better, crickets! Interesting. There's, like, a few brave souls who've, like, spoken out, like, on screen, but mostly it's, like, text posts where it's, like, faceless, and I get that. It's scary, I understand, but I'm like, I've been doing this 20 damn years, and I'm part of the problem that this caused, so it's like, I of all people should be talking about it, and I am, so you're welcome. But, like I said, let me know if you do want me to talk more about that, because it's rough. It's rough. It could definitely be, like, its own damn series, but I don't think anybody cares that much, unless they do, in which case let me know. Ooh, wow, this has been going for over an hour now. Let me hit stop and just, like, start a new file, because it gets really hard to transfer them onto my computer when they get really big, so hold on. And we're back. Okay, so, I mean, just, again, with just the weirdness of being in this space, like, there's also, like, no matter how cautious you are, no matter how much you try to stay in your own lane, there's going to be people who hate you. Absolutely cannot stand your guts. Even though you've done fucking nothing to them. And just for whatever reason, something about you rubs them the wrong way, and they will loudly bitch about how much they can't stand you and would love to see you blackballed from everywhere they go because they just can't stand you. Am I talking from personal experience on this of shit that's going down right now? Fuck yes I am! Because there's like a whole fucking hate cult against me in particular in one corner of the internet, and it's just like, wow. Like, I understand I apparently offended your leader, but like, good God, like, this is unnecessary. Like, if I am there, like, the whole, like, 50 or so of them just, like, won't interact, and then there's, like, these paywalled streams that, like, they'll go off and bitch about me during. It's like, they have a whole Discord server about this. Like, yeah, I know about your Discord server. I've seen screenshots from your Discord server, because one of you is a leaker. I'm not going to tell you which one, though. But, yeah, I think you could probably take a good guess which one it is. But, yeah, I am fully aware of your coordinated attacks against me and trying to throw me under the bus countless ways, countless times. Hasn't worked for you, though, has it? All you accomplished was, ooh, I'm not allowed to, like, interact behind the paywalled stuff anymore. Okay, and you're not getting me banned from that channel, though, as much as you want to. It's not happening. It's not happening. You can try. You can keep throwing money at it, because that's their other thing. They have more money than they have sense. And they keep trying to pay-pig their way into just, like, getting me blackballed out of there, thinking if they throw enough money at it, they'll get me out of there. All they were able to accomplish was a coordinated attack, making it look like I leaked a thing that I had nothing to fucking do with, but, oh, it's easy to throw me under the bus, so, of course they did. It's a whole ass thing, but it's just like, do you forget you're dealing with somebody who also has more money than sense and will outbid you every time. It's just like, yeah, if somebody would tell me the magical number they're coming up to every month, I would offer double. Without question. I don't care how high they go. I can do that. It's like, they assume that I'm this broke bitch, because here's the thing, if you have money, you don't really, like, crow that you have money most of the time, right? Like, you have to play that you're poor. But, like, Mousy, you see the backgrounds, you know I'm not. Like, you know I'm fucking not. Like, at the end of the day. So it's just like, you have to play the game. But then it comes down to shit like that, it's just like, fine. How much is he giving you? 100 a month? 200 a month? 500 a month? What's he giving you? Tell me the number. I'll match it if you ban him forever. And they won't tell me because they don't want to ban him. So it's just like, whatever, dude. Whatever. You're protecting him. But they know damn well if it were really all about the bucks, they would take it in a heartbeat and kick him to the curb. But anyway, I digress. But anyway. It is a thing, though. It's just like, it's so weird because it's like, why do I put myself in these positions of going a place where I'm clearly not wanted, but my stubbornness of being a Capricorn woman insists upon, nope, I won't leave simply because you want me to leave, so I'm gonna stay for fucking ever. So, even though at this point it's just like, there's no real good reason to even be doing it. And yet here I am. I don't know, it's weird, and I'm trying to rationalize with myself. It's like, there are, like, genuine friends from that same space, though, where it's just like, it's basically the only time I ever get to interact with those people. So it's like, I don't want to just, like, leave and give them the satisfaction that they ran me off. Like, no, they can go fuck themselves. But, like, at the same time, though, it's just like, but what are we doing here, even? What are we really doing here? I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. But it is one of those things where even though I was welcomed back into that space with open arms from the person who actually runs that space, that particular crew felt the need to bitch and whine about my presence until they managed to at least get me shoved out of the paywalled part of it. Because they couldn't stand that, oh no, I was talking about things that don't interest them in particular. Wah! They're whiny little piss babies, every last one of them, but like, it's just kind of hilarious to me that it's like, wow, like you act more like a girl than I do. What the fuck? Like every last one of them do. But like, I have a theory, but I'd get canceled if I say it out loud, but I've said it one-on-one to a bunch of people, and we all seem to be in agreement that that's what it's really about, so it's like, yeah, well, whatever. But anyways, it's stupid. The whole thing is stupid, but anywho. It doesn't really matter, though, does it? Not really. At the end of the day, it doesn't. They don't matter. But at the same time, I refuse to let them win because I'm stubborn. But unfortunately, that does involve having some amount of them living rent-free in my head to do that. And I don't like that. But it's like, well, what are the options here? Pick a lane. And the lane I picked, even if it's foolish for the time being, is stubbornly stay. Just to piss them off. But, I don't know, man. It just, anytime I try to talk about anything at all, doesn't matter if it is on topic with what they are talking about on screen that I contribute in the chat, doesn't matter, this same crew will bitch, self-referencing. It's like, the fuck do you think you guys are doing every time you do your shit? It's no different than what you guys are doing. It's only because it's me saying it that you're taking a fucking problem with it. Get over yourself. Get the fuck over yourself. Oh my god, it's like clear that none of them have a life if this means that fucking much to them. It's like, oh my god, this is clearly the only thing that they feel like they have any control over in their lives. It's kind of hilarious. But like, just, it's also really sad, but I don't know, but it's shit like that where it's like, if I were a guy, probably wouldn't even be a point of contention, but at this point, now it is not even just me they go after, it's anybody who is pro me, anybody who is even just like talks to me in the chat, they'll go after them too. It's like, wow. I see what they're doing. They're trying to make it seem like a leper situation where you touch her, now you're tainted too, and we're going after you as well. It's like they think they're somehow gonna run me out of there doing this. It won't work, but like, go off. I've been at this 20 fucking years. You think I'm that easy to get rid of? Like, come on. But like, jeez. But, man, it's like, I have so much other shit that is going on that actually matters that I'm like, why am I even letting myself get worked up over this? So I've kind of stopped getting mad at it, and I've started viewing it all as a joke. So that helps. But it's just like, oh, another win. If they don't show up, great. That's fantastic. So it means I'm doing my job. But oh, God. But just, there's so many of these freaking toxic masculinity males who just like, they're also, the irony, it's toxic masculinity, but simultaneously fragile masculinity at play in tandem. And you wonder why I want nothing to do with dating one. Gee, I can't imagine. Like, But, good God, like, it's fine. It's just strange, though, because it's like, where do you go from there? Not with, like, literally this particular situation, but I mean, just in general. How do you even function on this platform without somebody getting butthurt? The answer is you don't! You don't! You have to be okay with people hating your guts for no good goddamn reason. Or for the reason is you told them no and they didn't like it. They didn't get their way and they didn't like it. It's like, that is what this is really fucking about. And it's just like, I spent way too many years of my life being a doormat and just letting people do or say or treat me however they wanted, that I am so done. I'm like, no, you don't get to do that to me anymore. Like, nah, I'm done playing that game. I fire back now. I do. It's just like, I probably shouldn't, but I do. Because just like for every one of theirs they do, I will match it every time. If they can keep references to me out of their mouths, not just by actual name, but actually just referencing at all, even if they think they're being sneaky, not name dropping, but it is very clearly about me, I will do it back every fucking time, because I'm a reactionary. And I know this. We all know this. It's like, I don't start shit, but I react to shit. So, but it's just like, interesting how if nobody started shit with me, I wouldn't have these problems. But it also stems back to, interesting how before I ever got involved with any of the live streams, I really didn't have beef on this fucking thing. Like, I didn't have beef with people here, or if I did, it was like such a one-off and it was like one-sided that I would block them and that'd be the end of it. Or like that one freaky stalker bitch that like, I had to put comment moderation in place because of her, and I have never taken it off again, even though I'm sure at this point they have moved on with their life and probably don't even remember me anymore, but I am taking no chances because they thought it was a fun game to try to start life-ruining style rumors about me that weren't true, and thinking it was cool to just like go into any popular video of mine and just like reply to comments with that. Just as like their favorite hobby. That is why I have comment moderation on here. Not to keep trolls off of here, not to keep hate comments out. Actually, usually I let the hate comments go through. You know why? Because the good people here attack those people for me and I don't have to lift a finger. And then that person looks stupid. Which is exactly how I want it. So it's just like, well, it is what it is. But because I got so shaken by that one person who was a literal child back then, I was like, yeah, we're not playing that kind of a game ever the fuck again. So, it is what it is. Paranoia? Maybe. Would I have more interactions on this channel if I didn't have it in place? Probably. Am I ever taking it off? No. No. I am never relinquishing that level of control ever again. So, am I a control freak? Yes! But do I have damn good reason to be one? Also, yes. So, it's just like, if I can't control it, I want no part of it. So, I think that's kind of just, a thorough thread through my life in general, and yeah, and I realize not everything in life can be controlled, but you know what? The elements of it that you can control, you probably should. So, because at least then the ones that you can't, it's easier to just let go and put it out of your mind and not really think about it too much, because you've still got all this over here that is within your control to focus your efforts and your attention onto. So, God, it just... And there's always the people who, like, no matter what you do, appearance-wise, it's like, you would think it were only a pretty girl thing that would get people getting all over their appearance. No. Even the ugly girls like me get people who insist up and down how I need to get a nose job. I have a better idea. Go fuck yourself. Have you seen how they're done? Have you seen how those are done? I am allergic to almost every painkiller on the face of the fucking planet. And you think I'm going to let somebody do that to me for fun? Just so you can look at me and feel less repelled? No. No. Oh, same thing with, oh, you should have your ears pinned back. I have a better idea. No. I'm not going to do that just because somebody feels some kind of a way. About the only type of plastic surgery I would consider is maybe like a little baby eye lift, because look, like I'm only 41 and this one already droops down to almost in my field of vision. If it gets to where it is actually interfering with my vision, I will have no choice. At that point, it's a medical condition and not an aesthetics thing. That's different. But like, they get butthurt over those and think it's just like a nothing burger to throw that out there and just neg. The hair thing, oh my God, every time I cut, this is not a purely guy thing either. Actually, I've had more girls go after me for this than anything. Every time I chop the hair, people act like I kicked their dog. And I'm like, I'm sorry, have we forgotten the hair is on my head? I am the one that has to do the upkeep on it. I am the one that has to brush it every day. I'm the one that has to wash it. I'm the one that has to put up with blow drying it. I'm the one that has to do all the heat damage to it to keep it looking something that doesn't look like it came off of a witch's asshole. But okay, yeah, go off and tell me I need to grow my hair long just because you feel some kind of way about how you think I should look. Which is, again, putting me back into the category of you view me as an object, and I'm not okay with that. Therefore, if you are unhappy with it, that means I am not an object, therefore I am more okay with it. But at the end of the day, it's mostly just because it is so much faster and easier to deal with when it's shorter. I could have gone shorter than this. Remember when I used to wear it like a boy? I could have gone like that, and I was tempted to, but I didn't. Only because of that Hillary Duff concert, I figured my sister would literally murder me in cold blood if I did it before the show and ruin all of her photos from that night. So I didn't. I only went halfway and went to this length. So, I actually did resist some amount of urge there, but not all the way. But I'm so much happier whenever it's short because it is not taking me 2 hours to blow dry my hair. That is not an exaggeration. It takes me 2 hours to blow dry my hair when I have it long. I have very porous hair that holds on to a lot of moisture, which is ironic given how frizzy and damaged it is, but like, yeah, from all the heat that I have to use drying that shit, but if I let it air dry, they go poof that way, and I still have to kill it with heat to bring it to some kind of level like this. And you wonder why I prefer to keep it short. But it's more of a sensory thing than anything, because when it's long, every time I sit back, it tugs on it, and I can't handle that, frankly. It's like the minute I feel it do it once is the minute I get out the scissors and I chop it. Did I do it myself? Yes. Can we all tell that I did it myself? Yes. I know. I'm aware. I'm not good at it. I'm not willing to throw money at having it cut somewhere because you know what? The whole intention is to not look that good because I don't want to be an object. Shocker. Fucking shocker. The only reason I even wear makeup at this point, because I mean, we've seen I've dialed it way the fuck down, but it's like, I'm just insecure over the fact that I have adult acne. It's been in action since I was 9 years old and never went the fuck away. And I don't want to go on meds for it. So, It is what it is. I cover it the fuck up. If I only do foundation, then I look like the Walking Dead, so then I have to throw in blush. Then I look like I have rosacea. So then I have to put the highlighter over it to balance it, and that's usually where I stop. Occasionally I'll do eyeliner, occasionally I'll do eyeshadow. It ain't an everyday thing like it once was, but like, this is about where I stop. Just so I feel like I don't look like I have leprosy on my face from having breakouts everywhere. Anyway, so that's where I'm at with that. But it's like, yeah, no, I don't do this trying to gain any type of like male approval or anybody else's approval. I do it because this is what makes me feel kind of okay in my own skin. If you have a problem with it, that's your problem, not mine. Because I'm not telling you how to wear your hair, am I? No, I'm not. Would I ever dream of it? No, I would not. Would I ever dream of telling another woman how she should cut her hair, color her hair, wear her makeup, not wear, like, no, not in a million fucking years. So why is it different when it's me? Oh, right, because I'm ugly, and people are like, yeah, could you be less ugly at least if we have to put up with looking at you? Like, it's bad enough we have to listen to your annoying fucking nasal voice, but like, could you at least be not ugly? That's what I hear every time somebody criticizes the way I look, just so you're all aware. That is how I interpret that. It may not be the way you intended it, but that's the way my psyche hears it. So, just saying. That's great that you prefer me with longer hair. Yeah, I kind of like the way the Jessica Rabbit vibes look too, but it is not worth the fucking upkeep. If I didn't have more white hairs than not, I wouldn't even color my hair. I got insecure the first time somebody called me out that they could see one. They had been on the underside of my hair since my early 20s. The minute they made it to the top level, that was it. And I was like, nope. Nope. If that is the only thing betraying me with my age, I can fix that. And if I'm gonna fix it, I might as well at least go with the color that I think is prettiest. So I color it red. 'Cause yes, I could just do my stupid mousy brown and go over it, but I hated my natural color. I've never enjoyed being a brunette my entire life. So, and some have made the argument, but your natural coloring is identical to Liza Minnelli's natural coloring when she doesn't color her hair either. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. That doesn't make me like it any better on her or on me. So, sorry. That's not gonna life hack your way into making me not color my hair the color that I want it to be. I've tried blonde. I do not make a good blonde. None of the times, none of the shades. It's awful. I don't have the coloring for it. I don't have the commitment to throw at making it black. Because the minute it gets wavy, curly, frizzy, now it looks like Yoko Ono, and I'm no. I like the way the wigs look because I can control the way that the wigs behave. But I don't want my actual hair to be that. 1, for that. And 2, because now you're committed to that color until it grows out and you chop it off. That scares me to death! At least any other color on the planet you can go over with something else. You can't with black. It's like, yeah, you can try to lift it, but you're gonna damage the shit out of your hair. My hair is damaged enough already as is. I don't need to help it along. Like, no thank you. Like, I'm just gonna do what I've been doing and stick with that. Maybe for the rest of my life, maybe not. Maybe I'll eventually get a bug up and decide to go a different color. But for now, it's red because I think it's the most beautiful color. Do I think it makes me beautiful? No. But at least my hair is kind of a pretty color. And I'm okay with that. Like, if that's the best I've got going for me, I'm fine with that. Like, that's okay. But, Jesus. It's just weird. Because, like, even just by being a female on the internet at all, you get these chuckle fucks out here who are like, well, just by even putting yourself out there at all, that's literally just asking people to insult you. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, somebody actually said that to me. That is not the intention of the internet. That is not the intention of social media. You want that? You go to a fucking insult room. That's not what the rest of the internet is or what it was ever supposed to be. That just paints you as a fucking psychopath. Or a sociopath, take your pick, but like, that's not what it's intended for. The fact that that's the way you behave just for a woman existing, that says way more about you. Like, that just proves that, like, you hate all women. You're probably closeted gay. Let's be real. So, like, can we just cut out the fucking middleman, go fuck a man, and get on with your life? Like, if that's what this is actually about, you'd probably be much happier just dating a guy. Like, if that's how you feel, you have to treat women. You clearly actually hate women. You don't actually want to be with one. Let me just be the first one to point that out to you in case nobody has yet. And yeah, you're gonna bitch, whine, and cry and deny. No. That's where this comes from. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. Go live your life. Go live your best life. Your best life is not harassing people, though. Alright? Like, this should not be hard. This should not be rocket science. And yet, it fucking is. Why? Beats me. Like, and again, once again, I will reiterate, not all men. Because I'm gonna get the ones going, I don't do that. Yes, I know you don't do that. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the ones that do that. Like, Jesus. Unless if you're admitting you do that shit elsewhere, in which case, work on yourself, I guess. But, like, if it's not you, then you don't have to point out that it's not you. I already know it's not you. Like, you don't have to, like, point that out. But I get it. Because, I mean, I've also been in the same court of going, well, not all women, like, not all women are gold diggers, not all women do this, not all women are hoes, not all women are ran through, not all women are blah, 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 blah. Trust me, I've had the same conversations from this side of the line, and it's a waste of everybody's breath and everybody's time. Every time. We already know. We do. But, like, the ones who are a problem, though, this is about them. But it's so weird. It's so fucking weird. But then, like, you'll get the ones who are high and mighty, who aren't even men. Like, the women, who are just as brainwashed. And they'll try to shame you for, A, not living that lifestyle, but also, B, not just, like, utilizing the men to use them. I'm like, no. Like, way to tattle on yourself that you're doing that. I'm not. Like, yeah, I have a donations link. If people feel like throwing at it, cool. It's never a demand. It's never anything I insist upon by any means. It's just there. If you feel like it, cool. If you don't, cool. Like, it is what it is. But, like, the ones who are like, no, you should make an OnlyFans. I'm like, no, I absolutely should fucking not. Like, don't ever tell me that. I hated that whole fucking trend of, like, anytime I went into a live stream anywhere, and at least once every fucking time, OnlyFans when? I'm like, never. Frankly, never. It's not happening, ever. I'm never doing that. If I did, it wouldn't be what you're thinking. It would be a fucking troll move to sit there and read fanfics and try not to laugh. And that's all it would be. Fully clothed. I have no interest in being a sex worker. Thank you very much. If you want to do that, no shame. No shade. You do you. But not every woman wants to do that. And I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do that. But you know what? If that's your jam, if that makes you feel fulfilled, if that's how you pay your bills, go off and do you. But don't try to drag the rest of us into it with you. No. We don't want to be hookers, thank you. So, and frankly, yeah, I do view them as that. Like, I'm sorry if that's shitty, but I do view them that way. They might not be a literal prostitute, but I mean, at the end of the day, am I wrong in calling them a sex worker? No! It's what they're doing. Like... But again, Everyone is allowed to lead their own life path as they see fit. If somebody wants to do that, I'm not going to stand in their way. But I'm not going to do that. Am I doing that as a morality thing? No, I'm doing that as I am not personally comfortable doing that, so I'm not going to do that. It's no deeper than that. Because I've had people jump on me for, how can you call yourself a girl's girl if you're not for that? It's like, I never said other people shouldn't. Again, if you feel comfortable doing that, if you're fine with all the ramifications that come along with it that you probably haven't really actually thought through, go nuts. Do your thing. Get that bag. I am not here to stop you. I am not here to shame you. I am not here to make you feel any kind of way about it. But I will point out it is a form of sex work, and I'm not okay with doing that myself. Just as a personal thing. But that's just me. Because I'm also just not okay with sex, period. But like, in general, but for the ones who are, you know what? You do you, boo-boo. You do you. Like, I don't care what you're doing. Like, I'm not gonna subscribe to it, but like, you go do you over there. I'm sure you probably do got people who do want to subscribe to it. But, oh my god, like, how did I get onto this? Right, I remember I got onto it. But, the ADD is ADDing. I've been at this for, like 2 hours now? But, really should have made that bullet point list, but I didn't. So you kind of just have to put up with wherever the tides take me. But man, it's like, everybody's got an opinion, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, doesn't mean we need to see it. So, sorry to put it that crass, but like, honestly, am I wrong? Am I fucking wrong? No. It's just one of those things where everybody has some kind of opinion of how you should be doing this whole YouTube thing and how they think you're doing it wrong. That's great. If you feel that's wrong for your channel, you run your channel the way you feel that I should be running mine. But don't tell me how to run mine, because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, just like you're gonna do what you're gonna do. I'm not out here telling anybody else how to run theirs. I would never. Only if they specifically ask for ideas do I ever offer anything like that. Otherwise, it's like, dude, not my place. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. Not my problem. So, it's just like, why is it different the other way around? Probably because I'm not good at boundaries, and I spent so many years just not having any, that now that I suddenly have some, people have a problem with it. Which, you know, again, not my problem that you got a problem. It's like, I gotta do what's right for me, just like you gotta do what's right for you. If what's right for you is not watching me, that's fine. That's fine. I am not holding anyone here hostage. Not at all. Ooh, burp. Sorry. I slammed that coffee way too fast before coming on here. Can we tell? But yes, we can. But anyway, yeah, the lactose intolerance doesn't cancel out the caffeine addict in me. But anyway, so I digress. It's just one of those things where, you know, I'm gonna do what I feel is right for the channel. Sometimes I experiment. I see what works, what doesn't. And what works one day doesn't necessarily work a year from now. And something that didn't work a year ago might work great now. So they're worth revisiting, you know? And that's why stuff that you haven't seen me do in years, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, never thought I'd see you do one of those videos again. Holy shit! It's like, yeah, that's kind of the name of this whole YouTube game, because they keep changing the rules, they keep changing the algorithm, and the stuff that works and the stuff that gets, like, pushed out to people is constantly evolving. You kind of have to move with it, or you get left in the dust. It's like Rush said, conform or be cast out. To some degree, I feel that's accurate with the whole YouTube thing, because they do force you to play the game. The newest way they have changed it, like literally just changed it, is that it's no longer looking at the history of your channel. It's only looking at whatever the last upload before your current upload was. So it's like, oh shit, my whole thing of, I was trying to alternate for every beauty video, there's something that is anything but that. I'm like, I'm probably shooting myself in the foot with this approach, because the beauty ones don't do shit anymore, but at the same time, I didn't film these for nothing. I didn't spend the money for nothing. So I'm still posting those. Even if no one watches them, I'm still posting them. Even if it is sabotaging everything else, sorry, still posting them. But I'm also trying to put way more focus and way more effort into the ones that aren't that. So it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know how long they'll keep that method of it, though, because every time you have it figured out, they change it again. Because for a while, they had changed it to where the algorithm was trying to match every individual video with people who watch things similar to that. And that was great! I loved when they were doing that for about a minute there, because that actually was working really well. And then they changed it to this. Before that, they were trying to just like, I don't know. There was a thing where if you were not monetized yet and you were like under 1,000 subscribers, they were like pushing the shit out of these little creators. But the minute they get monetized, boom, they are not pushing their stuff anymore. It's like, oh, whoever's in charge of YouTube right now is a dick. But we see what they're doing, and they're like playing with the watch time hours and stuff too, which is part of why this one is so long. I'm like, well, in case anybody actually makes it through the whole thing, hopefully this will help the watch time hours. I really hope so, because they're going down in flames, baby. Like, I used to, on average, get 20-something thousand watch time hours for the year. I'm currently down to 5.6 thousand, and it's steadily dropping. If it drops below 4,000, you're not in the partner program anymore. So it's like, I have made my peace with the very real possibility I might lose the monetization on this channel and it won't make money anymore. And that's okay. Because the first 10 years I spent on this platform, I wasn't earning a single red cent from it. It was not monetized at all. And I was still out here doing my thing. So even if I lose it, I'm still going to keep going. Even if I lose it, there's no saying that it won't come back someday, that the watch time hours won't eventually recover and then I can reapply and get back in. I mean, if anything, my brain has taken that and the whole making peace with that fact as permission to be more experimental again, to just post what the fuck ever I feel like again, and only do stuff if I feel like doing it. If I don't feel like uploading shit, I don't. If I do, I do. If it's something that I don't even think anyone's gonna give a shit about, but I give a shit about, I still upload it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but like, it's the freedom aspect of it of, okay, the minute that I changed the mindset of trying to chase the dollar signs to just, I'm just out here doing me, whatever that might look like on any given day. If it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well. That is so liberating. It was just like, I had figured, I wish I had implemented it sooner, but when I started realizing there's a very real danger I might lose the monetization, and I had to start making that peace with it, I was like, well, I mean, if I did hypothetically lose the monetization, what would change? Well, I suppose I could go back to doing the kinds of content that I used to do that I actually gave a shit about before I even made any money off of it. And then I had that realization of, why wait to lose the monetization to do that? Why not implement that now? That might be the very thing that saves my ass. So I've started doing that. I don't know if it's working or not. It doesn't seem to be well so far, but I mean, I've barely thrown much effort at it, to be fair. So it's like, I need to get back into the consistency again. I'm trying. I am fucking trying. I can't always do it every day. You forget, I am dealing with some pretty heavy health stuff on the side that hasn't been talked about really on this channel. So I have barely scratched the surface on it. If y'all really want to know, I'll go there. But I don't think most of you really give a shit, so I've not really gone there. But, like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I am already mentally treating it as if money's not a factor. If this were just as is, on its face, just the uploads, standing for themselves for the sake of existing, what would I create? So it's like, it is shifting the mindset, and I'm realizing just how much where I was like, ooh, yeah, that really did change the kind of content I was creating. But I can work with that, though, because now that I've realized it, and now I'm thinking back to all the things I used to make before money was a factor in this, the more I'm like, I wonder if those will resonate today the way that they used to. They might. They might not. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's do it for science, if nothing else. Because it's like, if the watch time hours go down, they go down. They're already going down in flames anyway, so what do I have to fucking lose? Nothing! What do I have to gain? Potentially saving my neck! So it's like, well, that has been like the implementation of starting to like shift another, if you've been noticing like a slight shift towards more interesting content again, that's why! That's why! Because I've already made my peace with, I might not be making money at this much longer, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. If it happens, it happens. Like, I'll still have, like, the PayPal donation link, if nothing else, if y'all really want to, like, contribute anything. You don't have to, but, like, if you do, it's there on every video, but, it'll be fine. Either way, it will be fine. But it's like, well, nothing is in particular stopping me from doing that content today. So why aren't we? So now I am. Slowly, I'm starting to squeak it back in. I can't throw everything at the wall at the same moment, but like, I'm starting to bring it back. Like I said, I'm getting back in touch with like the sense of self that I lost in there for about a decade. It's coming back. And it feels really good. I have to be honest with you. It feels really good getting back in touch with that girl and that version of myself, but also a more evolved version of that girl who has seen some shit. Who has lived through some shit, who has made some mistakes, who is learning from those mistakes and doing better and trying to do it better this time around, Like, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's important to constantly be reinventing yourself. I mean, some people fight that shit tooth and nail. I've been a David Bowie fan since I was a toddler. You know who was constantly reinventing himself and it worked for? David fucking Bowie. So it's just like, if it was good enough for Bowie, it's good enough for me. So, you know who else did? Elton. You know who else I've adored my entire life? Elton. So it's like, there's some common threads here that I'm noticing. That's like, yeah, there's a constant evolution and just changing and just, but it's not a bad thing. Embrace the change. Welcome it with open arms. Welcome that reinvention, because it can be like the best thing you've ever done without you even realizing it. But if you're too scared to take that leap and find out, what could have been? What could have been that you were too scared to just like follow down that path that you kind of wanted to, but you didn't have the guts to do it? You're only standing in your own way. There's nothing that is actually concretely between you and that version of you. You can be that version of you. You just have to have the guts to do it. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. When you have that realization that the only thing standing between you and that version of yourself that you want to be is yourself, that's life-changing. Because then you realize that, shit, if that's all that's between me and there, I will get out of my own way then. It's good. It's good, I think. I mean, not everybody will understand it. That's fine. They don't have to. Because at the end of the day, you're never going to be for everybody. You can't. It's impossible. There is not a single person on this planet that everybody loves. There's going to be a hater for any person you can think of, that you can come up with. But there's also going to be a lot of people who do vibe with that person, who do like them. And like, if you're watering down and snuffing out your own flame because you're scared of what the people who don't like you think, now you're basically just extinguishing yourself for everybody, which is stupid. Why do that? Why do that? You don't have to. You literally don't have to do shit. Just be you. And that sounds so scary for some people, and I get it. I have been in those shoes. I literally literally know the ground of which I speak here. I have lived it firsthand for so many years that I wish I could get back, which I can't. But you know what I can do? I can change what happens moving forward. So that's all I'm focused on. The fuckers out here that want to just like tear me down, I realize they don't matter. They don't change my life in any kind of concrete way. There's a block button for a reason. Utilize it. I have gotten real good at utilizing it. But it's just like one of those things where it is a shift to try to force yourself to not care what they think. And there are certain areas, like I mentioned earlier, where unfortunately they do still get to me on certain things, and I wish they didn't, and I am working on trying to figure out how to not care. Because life would be so much easier if I just didn't care at all what they think. But, you know, it's a process. It is a process. Once upon a time, I cared about every hate comment in any direction, and they all used to get to me. So, I mean, I've already built up quite the armor for a lot of it, to where a lot of it doesn't faze me. If it's just like a few areas that are still vulnerabilities, let's work on patching up those vulnerabilities so they can't get to me, you know? But that's where I am at. And I think that about covers all of the points that I wanted to. If I think of any more before I hit upload on this, I will come back in here and record that as well. But I think that about covers it. Like 2 hours later. I am positive nobody sat through this whole thing. But if by some rare chance you did, type the word bubbles somewhere in your comment down below. See ya.